the chief empire among the Edomites, the chief kingdom among the Edomites and their setup. And today that literally would be what we call the United States of America. Let me say this. Isaiah saw the same thing in chapter 14. And y'all, let me say this. That's what we're going to do with this word heaven, so that you can see. This is talking about a dynamic. Now, he opened up in this very same chapter, 34 of Isaiah, verses 1, 2, and 3. It kept saying nations, people, armies. Then it converted and started saying heaven and hosts. Now it went back and it got specific and said Idumea. It's showing you this is dynamic. When it says heaven, it's talking about the realm of men. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood.
And their land, like I said, he's speaking of these animals as if these people were animals to be sacrificed. And the land shall be soaked with blood. Go ahead.
And their dust made fat with fatness.
Go ahead.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
Listen, this is going to be the day that the Most High take vengeance on whose behalf? Go ahead.
And the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
And the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Now, why does it say the year of recompenses? The term recompense means payback, man. It said the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. In other words, the Most High is going to pay these people back. Why did it say controversy of Zion? Because no one in the world knows who the true people of Zion are. In other words, if you're a black person pop up and say you're an Israelite, all of a sudden you just said something, they even say, well, you're starting a controversy. If you say the so-called white man that's calling himself an Israeli is not the true Jews, you're what? You're speaking controversy. You're speaking controversy. You understand? Because the controversy is who are the true people of the Most High. It's talking about the people on the side that we always show. The so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, people from the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, all throughout the Americas and the Caribbean of Negroid and Indian descent. The descendants of the slaves that were imported. The descendants of the natives who had their land, this entire continent, stolen from them by the Edomites, by the different colonial powers of the time, the Spaniards, the French, the Dutch, the English, the Portuguese. You understand? And the English, man. So that's the controversy. The Most High say he's going to be taking vengeance and paying these people back. That's what the term recompense means. Recompense means to pay back. Okay? That was that. Let me say this. Now, that was it on Isaiah. But the point is, you see that this is talking about dynamic in the kingdom of men. So now that we understand about the kingdom of heaven, let's go get maybe I want to, you know what? Let's go now to Isaiah 14, because I was going to go to chapter 25 of Matthew, but I'm going to do Isaiah 14. So that you see, now that we understand that this is an attack that's going to take place in this world, the Most High is going to send Christ, and he's going to bring, quote, his celestial army. The spiritual army of Christ is going to physically manifest itself, and is going to destroy the physical kingdom of this of the so-called white man. Now let me say this. When you read Daniel chapter 7, it tells you also all the kingdoms also. So it's not just going to be the so-called white man. It's going to be the Arab world, the Asian world, the Chinese and the Japanese, and all those little sub-families of the Asians. Most High is taking everybody down, and he's going to raise Israel up. That's the heaven. So Isaiah, we're going to start off at, this is what we'll do. We're going to start off at Isaiah chapter 4. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4. And we're going to show you this phenomenon that has been referred to, like people think Lucifer, because we know Lucifer is another term, another name for the devil. Lucifer, the devil, Satan, those names describe the same entity. But what the people don't know is that that entity is referring to a physical counterpart here on earth of the spiritual demon Satan. They call him the white man today. He's the devil, man. but that's not the topic for today. But I'm going to show you the prophecy about Lucifer being thrown out of heaven but that's not history. They be teaching that in church. They be having all kind of lies saying he was the leader of the choir in heaven. What kind of shit is that? I can say it like this. This is oldest, brother. I gotta say, what kind of shit is that, man? This angel was the choir director. The most beautiful angel. He was the one that turned on the lights in heaven every day. That's why his name is Lucifer. Because Lucifer means light bearer. Okay? Like in Spanish you say Lucero. You have different names for it, Luz or Lucero or Lucero. So in this prophecy, it's a description of the actual empire, the most powerful empire being thrown down. That's what this prophecy is about. So we're going to show you, but within this, let's open up with this. Let's open up with chapter 14 and verse 12. Go right to the point. Then we're going to come back and break down the whole chapter from verse 4. All right? So go to Isaiah chapter 14 and read verse 12.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Because you know why I want to stop there? Because it has the term heaven in it. And we stick and we want to keep that, the topic, the cohesion of the topic together so we don't kind of start straying. So when it says, how art thou fallen from heaven? Go ahead.
O Lucifer.
O Lucifer. Continue.
Son of the morning.
When it says son of the morning, this is the cat that was the light bearer. You know what I mean? The light. Now, people think this is talking about Satan. Or it is talking about Satan. But they think it's talking about a spiritual entity that was cast from the spiritual dimension of heaven. From the spiritual realm. The dwelling place of spirit. And it's not talking about that. Isaiah saw a prophecy of the world's greatest empire being thrown down. Now, you're going to read all the way down to the end of verse 16 so we can see it's talking about a man. Then we're going to go back to verse 4 and show you this is a dynamic that's talking about the so-called white man losing his power, his heavenly estate. Go ahead, brother.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Go ahead.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Let me say this. It's not, we don't down, keep on going. Let me say this. But it's showing you. This entity is responsible for weakening the nations. We ain't going to break it down just yet. I want to get to the point where it proves that it's a man. Go ahead.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Whoa, go ahead. So let me say this. This entity was responsible for weakening the nations, for aspiring to ascend into heaven. Go ahead.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north.
Go ahead.
Verse 14.
No, the congregation is talking about the people of Israel. That's who the congregation is. So when he said he wanted to sit upon the mount of the congregation, he wanted to continue to govern over the Lord's people. Go ahead.
Verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
He wanted to ascend, like he said, into the heavens. That's reiterating that. Go ahead.
I will be like the Most High.
And he wants to be God. He wanted to be like the Most High. Go ahead.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Now, hell, that's another topic. That's the flip side of this topic. We might not get to tonight, but we definitely will cover it next week. Go ahead.
They that see thee. Listen
to this. So it's showing you right off the bat. This is not a spirit, because spirits you can't see unless the Most High decides to manifest them to you. It says those that see this entity called Lucifer, go ahead,
shall narrowly look upon thee.
To narrowly look upon someone, like when you read this, the definition, it means to look upon someone with disdain. You know, you looking at them like, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, go ahead,
and consider thee.
And consider this dude. They're going to consider this entity. I'm using the term entity for the sake of anonymity right now. Go ahead.
Saying, is this the man?
Is this the what?
The man.
Is this the spirit?
The man.
Is this the goat, the figure with a goat head, a damn tail, and a pitchfork and horns? Go ahead.
The man.
Is this the man? Lucifer is a man. Go ahead.
That made the earth to tremble.
And he's the one that made the earth to shake. Now what man, up until this very point, is making the earth tremble? It's talking about the white man, because the